Sorry, that was me. That was me this time. New software, new design, new everything. I'm going to stand up and add some light here. Just for I turned it down. I'm going to turn it back up about halfway, and I will be right back. Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to have, it's going to be a little rough tonight in some places, and that's fine. That is totally fine. I'm trying to figure out the comments, and I just had them. Mary was up. Now I'm trying to add Jenny, and Jenny's not up. All right, let me go over here. Just bear with me here. We are going to have a full moon releasing ceremony tonight, and it's not quite the top of the hour yet, so we're all good. This is the preliminary. Yeah, no, they're not coming up again. Well, I had them, and now I don't. Oh, no, I could see them. I could see them. Hold on a minute. Oh. Okay, I know what's going on. All right, I'm going to have to do an audible here to get the comments up. Here's what I'm going to do. Watch this. Hang on. It's going to go black. Okay, now wait. How did that not go black? Okay. That's the background. And then, just hold on here. Hold on. We are right there. Now, if I put, this is, you guys just bear with me. This is called Ecamm. If any of you ever have used it or know about it, it's a software for the Mac that look at that. Nice. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Okay. All right. Well, I can live with this because that's the only scene that I need to do it on. Yeah. Okay. The moon is big and bright in Florida. Hey, Mary, I'm so glad you stopped in here. Oh, this is great. See, okay. So you want another story? You want the whole thing? We have been using a program to do this. Thank you all for typing in because it really is helping me here. This is great. Okay, good. We have comments. Y'all, I'm on my 13th hour of today, nonstop. So, yeah, crazy. So we've been using a program called StreamYard to do these, and the drones. I don't know. I was thinking. So this is well, first of all, I'm in Southern California, and this is a hey, Kristen, I made it. I didn't know if I was going to make it. I was reaching out to Kristen this afternoon, like, can you? She's been busy today too, but I was like, could you help me if I needed it? But boy, I just hung in there and made it. So the drones, this is a 55 plus community, and it is, well, I can go outside the gate right over here. I could walk down the road and I could launch my drone up and buzz down these streets. But no, I didn't do it. So we've been using StreamYard to do this. And as you know, last week we kind of had this massive crash in the audio. And boy, I've got it tuned in now. We're going to have a sound bath here in a few minutes. And StreamYard does not have any way to monitor audio. And I had put in feature requests and they never, they didn't do it. So then come to find out through this whole process, last week was a blessing in disguise. And here's why. Because last week, had that not happened, I wouldn't have realized that StreamYard almost doubled their renewal rates. Now, my renewal is not for a little while, but I wouldn't have thought anything about it. I wouldn't have probably even looked at it. It was on auto pay and it would have gone right on through. Well, now, so I was like, okay, I've got to get something that I can rely on that has audio monitoring. And this does. I've got a meter right here and I've done a test with it earlier and everything should look and sound great. And then I'm loving these way these comments come up. Wow. It's like, those look so good. So I'm excited. And yeah, I agree with you on that, Mary. I do agree that something else is going on. I don't know what, but anyway. Hey, Arnaldo, good to see you, buddy. Look at my digs here. We've been working on it. And so anyway, okay. So all of this precipitated from wanting to move to video on the podcasts, and that was one of the things that took a bunch of time. All new setup on my desk. I was going to show you some pictures, but I didn't get them transferred over in time. But I wanted to focus now on the business at hand, which is we had a full moon this morning. We're going to do a little releasing here. And as we release, we're going to listen to some nice soothing sounds. Particularly that guy right back there came from Sedona. And the story on that is there's a really cool shop that I like. It's up in the tourist area up there on 179, 176, 179 in Sedona. And it's off the main drag one street, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's kind of been my favorite shop of picking up cool stuff. And I didn't need rocks and crystals and all that, but I went in and I said, what have you got for noisemakers? And she said, oh, it's all in that room over there. And I walked in, and right there leaning up against the wall was a gong. And I was like, I had just been thinking about how cool it would be to have just a little gong to kind of warm things up a little bit. Well, then she had this crystal triangle, which we'll do in a minute, and it's absolutely amazing. And got a couple other neat little Tinkerbell things. All of it was on sale, so it was like Black Friday, so it was like, boom, I got it. So that's what we're going to enjoy tonight. Yeah, and the whole video thing of the podcasts. So there will be a video Fun Astrology, and then Kristen will be with us on Wednesday. So things are rolling along very well. I'm not going to go into this too much, but I got a text from my daughter before we started tonight. And it's kind of like it really doesn't matter. Tighten that up. It really doesn't matter. Unless you have ice cold blood flowing through your veins, if you're a dad and your daughter calls or texts or reaches out, especially if there's been tension over the past year, that melts you. It just absolutely melts you. And I did my thing with our deck, and I spread everything out. Shuffled 3 times, cut the cards 3 times, spread everything out on the floor. I had a little hook in it because where I was sitting. And just amazing that I think I drew the card that I drew back in March when all of that happened. Same card. But this is the full moon today. And this is the time we release things. That's typically the moon cycle, right? The peak of the full moon at its biggest is the culmination of what we manifested, created, planted the seeds, if you will, during the new moon. And then as the moon peaks and starts on its way down, which it is now, then we release on the way to having a clean slate so that we can start again. And so I spread all the cards out just like I normally do, and I got the 8 of Cups is the card for tonight. And I really do think it's the same card that I drew that night in March when I talked about this in public. And, just out of respect to the situation, tonight we're talking about releasing, because that moon was in Gemini, so we can release multiple things, for one, and we can now, with the moon in its own sign of Cancer, highly intuitive. And by the way, I put together the podcast for this week, and it is like a great week in the sky. Oh my, it is really absolutely amazing. So the Eight of Cups is all about, here's the what it says, letting go. It really happened. I did not thumb through this and find that card. I really promise. Letting go, releasing that which no longer serves you, a ritual releasing, a time to move stuck energy, walking away, leaving your old reality to pursue a new one, abandonment and disappointment. Yeah, this was that card, I remember. Walking away and then regretting your choice, feeling stuck in your current reality, fears that block your momentum, escapism, avoidance are all the negative sides of this card. So it says, she has released her last cup into the sea, and her bowl burning ceremony is over. Catch it. There it is. Her bowl burning ceremony is over. It's time to walk away. Is it time to walk away from something in your life? Choosing your sacred dream, especially when you're feeling disappointed, is one of the biggest acts of self-love you can enact. When you take that very first step, you begin to choose yourself. There is nothing more healing or more powerful. Find your resolve and untether any anchors that are holding you back. Though your disillusioned heart may require some TLC, you can realign your path by shedding outgrown expectations, hopes, people, ideas, beliefs, guilt, or ways of being. If you find yourself exhausted or confused, or jumping from thing to thing, know that you are entering a mystical period of intense shifting, and that releasing old stories will help you to travel lightly. Go in the direction of epic dreams, happiness, and greater meaning. And the mantra or the statement, I walk away from negativity, and I choose myself in a rebellious act of self-love. I would highly encourage you, in light of that, to listen to the Ray Merriman interview. And if you need to save some time, skip to about the last, 5-7 minutes, probably 10. It's the lightning round thing that we did. I think that's where it was. It was toward the end. But he talks about, for those of you who are interested in astrology, and some of you have been wanting to put astrology with counseling, therapy. Some of you are therapists and you are wanting to fold astrology into your practice. And some of you are astrologers and you're contemplating going back to school and getting at least a master's degree to be able to combine the two. Ray talks about that. He talks about it brilliantly, and that is the course that we are on. So yes, yes, and yes, if that's something that you've been thinking about doing, absolutely. So I want to catch up with these because I'm having fun clicking these beautiful graphics. Walking away to a higher purpose. And we're going to do that tonight. We're going to do some releasing and some walking away from some stuff. If you don't have a journal with you, and you want to grab one, why, absolutely do. Esmond, good to see you. And let me just catch up with this. Hold on. Let me just catch up. Well, I'll just get it while I'm seeing these comments, and I'm like, oh, Mary, thank you. Yes, it's great. We had a little chat over Thanksgiving, and it's a nice breakthrough. Healing, right? Healing. And and just like the card said, I'm not being untrue to myself in this whole situation, and we're not going into it, but I am going to be doing some subconscious mind mastery podcasts looking at a very difficult year and some reflections on the lessons that we've experienced this year. So, heavy full moon, lots of strange dreams. Neptune is very big. The whole intuitive piece right now is really big related to this full moon that we just had. There have been. I've had them too. I agree totally with the dreams thing, and you guys probably have as well. Jenny pulled the same card. Great minds think alike. And then Mary says the same thing. Esmond, good to see you. Awesome, awesome. And then Mary was saying, yeah. Kathleen says, I just swept my front porch. That's a great, you could sweep, you could get the leaf blower, you could, whatever you have to do, right? Clean that puppy off. So, 2024 was not that easy, for sure. Not here either. And yes, Neptune is direct, and the moon is in its own sign. So all is well in the sky, and as above, so below. Well, to that end, I don't know if you guys have anything that you want to. This is not to disclose on a public forum. This is YouTube. This is not our private Facebook group. But if you had anything that you wanted to drop in there that would be publicly, displayed, of something that you wanted to release or that you've been working on releasing, go ahead and drop it in. Sometimes just putting it out there, like driving that stake. And that's only if you feel like doing it. But as we get into the little meditation and, hey, Robin, glad you could make it. Better late than never, for sure. Yeah, practical magic, right? Hopefully you had the right kind of broom. Gemini full moon working overtime with the help from that Gemini Jupiter. Whoops. I've got to... Y'all just bear with me. I said I was going to kind of make this a little bit of dress rehearsal for this new software. So just roll with me and it's all good, right? Making some more tweaks here as we go. So yeah, if you just wanted to drop something in, that's great. And the thing about clearing space, it's a process, isn't it? I wonder how many of my journals, if I were to look back, I've got the box of them up there from all the way back. I wonder how many of them say the same thing. Probably quite a few. So that's where Chet and I were having a conversation about this not too long ago about authenticity and just being real. And that's going to be my word for 2025. And it's going to be the thing that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to have my radar up for it. And not only for myself, but with others, of just being totally, completely authentic. Or you could say integrity, or you could say being real, or whatever. But that's what I want to focus on, is in all areas. Because I know from my astrological chart that I have a very strong and powerful signature that could be incredibly deceptive. I mean, I have a chart of somebody that could be in all kinds of trouble. And it really speaks to exactly what we talk about. Which side of the coin, what side of life are we going to choose? And I know you wouldn't be on here if you weren't choosing the high side. So we're all of the like mind, the same mind of that. But the whole thing to me, and what I started the Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast with, was that it is a process. And a lot of people hang their spiritual shingles out there to say, oh, I believe in God, or I follow God, or I'm spiritual, or I do astrology, or whatever it is. I draw tarot cards. I get guidance from above. Oh, God speaks to me, is just a big cover-up for a lot of unresolved stuff that never will be resolved because it's being covered up and it's inauthentic. Oh, it sounds good. I saw it. I had it in my home last summer, not this one, a year ago, in North Carolina. And I saw it. So the whole idea is to just, and this could be the thing about this. I mean, we've got a great moon to do it. The one that was when the full moon occurred early this morning, the one that was so big in the sky last night. I hope you got to see it. And the one that that is there now, the Cancer moon. All about intuition. Neptune direct, like Jenny said. And these later degrees of Pisces where Neptune is, I think are cleaning up, cleaning out, exposing. So what's wrong with, rather than being exposed, why not pull the mask off of your own self? Just be real. There's nobody with you. There's nobody looking over your shoulder. You're not going to drop anything in here, and we're not going to put anything up. That just be real. In your own closet, in your own home, in your own privacy, with your own journal, looking yourself in the mirror when you brush your teeth, go to bed tonight. Be real. I'm looking at myself in that teleprompter. I can't get away from it. Just be real. And be real in your releasing. And if you write something in your journal tonight, or think about something as we're doing the gong bath here, and it's recurring, enjoy the journey. It's all good. We're all going to make it. We're all on our highest timeline. That's really what it's all about. And I love you guys. You know that. Thanks for coming in tonight. I do appreciate it all for you to be here. Wow. You guys need to listen to Merriman on that. He talks about what's coming, and he talks about it in, I think, a very real way. Good to have you, Esmon, always. I love your energy, even through a text. I love your energy. It's the way you say your words. Oh, man. Woof. Let's just put this one up here. See, I can move these all around. Isn't that cool? I love it. There's control, Mary. There's control. I can put this thing anywhere I want to. All right. Jenny says, this full moon and Mars retrograde has me releasing an unrelenting rage over history. The past has hold over me, and I carry it with me in the present, blocking all X's on social permanently. Well, good. Good. You know, that's come up several times, past relationships. Venus will be in retrograde next year, and that's a time when Jenny, you already know this, past relationships come back around. So if any of you are single, and maybe even if you're not, during Venus retrogrades, you can kind of expect maybe that old relationships will come knocking, and you think, well, where did this come from? Well, it's in the sky. I mean, as above, so below. So be aware of that. And then this whole timeline separation thing, right? So you have to look, I think, this is the card I'm playing. This is what I'm doing with it, is who and how and what do I want to be in the world for myself, etc. And is there alignment? And I know, look, like not everybody's going to align, and we don't want that. We don't want a clone, but we don't want to be pushing up a rope as far as us trying to be on a certain path and somebody else being on another path going another direction. That's the point. And then what you want to find is that beautiful complement where they come together. And then you can serve and and love and be of one mind, and yet different ways of experiencing it. And I know that I don't know, how do we say this? Separating the timelines is exactly what the card said. It's the healthy thing to do, I think. And I think that's where we're headed with it. Yeah, Mary's been through some big health challenges. And glad you're doing okay. Glad you're doing okay. And it is. I mean, I reflect on the same thing a lot. You know, there are things that I wish I could keep doing and, you know, that kind of hold back. So, yeah, I get it. Releasing that. Let's stand with Mary on that. The change. Look at here. Melissa says, old boyfriend came a knocking. Well, there you go. I mean, that's not to be unexpected. Not to be unexpected. All right. I have some cool toys that I got in Sedona, so let's enjoy them. What do you say? And as we're doing this, I have my little webcam set up. I don't know that I'll use that much, but at least probably while we're playing the gong. It is backlit. I'm sorry for that. But this triangle, when we get into that, now the thing about that triangle is you can hit it once, and I mean that thing plays, it vibrates for about 5 minutes, and I have to ease it back down into the chair because it's just buzzing. I mean, there is so much energy in that thing. It is incredible. So I'll just leave the camera on. You guys can watch. You can close your eyes. I think the audio is going to be good. If it's not, I'm seeing your comments, so please put in there, hey, Thomas, it's too loud or whatever. I'm going to be watching it in 2 places. So we're gonna raise the roof around here a little bit, and let's just enjoy. They say, I did a sound bath in Sedona, and they say that the gong will put you in the theta state in less than or about 30 seconds. Now that's the alpha, that's the more meditative state. And obviously the key to a gong, and notice I have it turned backwards. I don't know if you can tell from there. You can tell where the ropes are in the backside. But the reason is because you'll hear it better. You'll hear the sound fuller coming from the backside. Typically, I would have it turned around, and when I play it, I listen through the backside, and that's moving the sound waves, and I think that's what obviously helps put you in. But there's just something about that sound of a gong that is wonderful. So let's see where we go with this. We'll have a little bit of fun, and as you listen to the sounds and you center. In fact, we'll do just a grounding to get into this, not just to jump right in. And when you center and you're focused around on up and down your chakras, the energy flowing through your body, come to that point where you're willing to allow the sound frequencies, that vibration, to figuratively pick up what you want to go, what you want out. You know, we've been doing this for over 3 years, and from the very beginning, we started with imaginary beach scenes that felt real, connection that felt almost like we were relatives. I mean, what we can do in this forum and in this group together is an unbelievable experience. So with this, just imagine the waves coming right on through the screen, right to where you are, and experience the vibration of sound. And know that that vibration can pick up that debris that you want to release. And then in your mind, just figuratively, as the sound waves move on out, so does that stuff right on out of your life. Let's close our eyes just to center. Take a good exhale. Release the day. I have been so busy today. That's the other thing about tonight. I didn't want to come in a busy mood. Fortunately, I was able to make a little tea and have a few minutes before we got started. Release the day, release the week. Whatever happened, whatever you're anxious about, the news, the politics, the world, the debt, the deficit, whatever it is. One thing you could do is, if you're concerned about those things, think about how they affected you last week. I mean, really affected you. Did your phone ring? Did you get a letter? Were you called into a meeting about all the stuff that you're worried about? And if not, then at least for the next couple of minutes, set it off to the side if you can. And the best sound that you can create is an Om. So let's begin with that together. What do you say? Take a big exhale again. And then an inhale and an Om. Just let it go. Let it go through the sound. May your hands be empty and your porch swept. Should be a great week of energy ahead. I hope you enjoy it. I hope this has been relaxing, and I hope you've gotten some releasing done. I love you. The girls and I will see you on the podcast this week. I'll be back live on Friday, and we'll see about next weekend. I'm not sure yet. We'll just see where we go, and I know a lot of us will be busy with the holidays, but if we're around, we're around. I love you guys. Oh, Robin's got a comment here. Yeah. That crystal pyramid is amazing. Amazing. All right. Thank you, guys. I love you. Have a good week. Good night.